Record. Okay, yay, we did it. All right, today's presentation is going to be on time management. Let me see, where can I put this that it's not going to be a pain? Let me see. What if oh, look at that. That just hit everything. But then I can't see. Okay, there we go. That'll be good. No, that's so big. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm a mess. I'm a hot mess today. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. So time management was one of the presentations that Chalene did at the Platinum Edge, and it was awesome. Honestly, it's really, like, you guys, this is stuff we know, but it was really, really awesome to get it again, to be like, oh, yeah, I gotta do that. So one of the first things she said is multitasking actually ends up hurting you. It actually hurts you in the end with your business. So 3 things that she recommended you do. I don't know if you've noticed on these videos, I've actually turned my desk completely around. So I don't know if you guys noticed this, but that was the very first thing I did when I walked in the door. First of all, I looked at my desk and I wanted to start crying because it was just covered with crap. And it's still kind of covered with crap, but it's better. So, so the first thing you need to do is you need to declutter. You need to make a space where you can work, where you can focus. So I actually took my desk, I turned it around, I faced it towards the wall, which is how I know I work best. When my husband set up my office, he was like, oh, I'm gonna turn it around so you're facing everybody. And so you can get completely distracted by every time that somebody walks past you. Or no, it's not gonna help me work. So one of the first things that Chalene said was to create a space where you are just totally focused. She has, I mean, of course she has like this beautiful multi-million-dollar house, I'm sure. I've never been there. I've never seen a picture of it, but I'm sure it's amazeballs. And she said she is in an old wine cellar. She's like, I am in a wine, like in a closet. And she goes in there for 3 hours a day. It's not a place she likes going. It's a place where she goes in, she gets her work done, and she gets out of there. So that is what your workspace should be. So number 1, declutter. Number 2, refine your focus. Again, focusing on what is important, focusing on the tasks you need to do. And number 3, work smart. Work smarter, not harder. I can't even tell you how many times in a day I say that. So today, the average person takes in 7 newspapers a day. Just, I mean, even wrap your mind around that for a second. We take in 7 newspapers a day with all of this information just flying at us from all these different directions. That is so overwhelming as a person, as a mom. You got all this stuff coming in, as a spouse, I mean, there's so much information being thrown at us from all these different directions, and it's really like our bodies are not set up for that. Our brains are not set up to take in all that information. So you need to improve your routine. Everyone has the same number of hours in a week. We have 168 hours in a week. And I know I've shared graphics like this before, but every single time I see it, it just like completely blows my mind. So let's say you're sleeping 56 hours a night, or I'm sorry, 56 hours a week. That's 8 hours a night. Who really gets 8 hours of sleep a night? I know I don't. I'm stoked if I get 7. When I set that alarm and I'm in bed and it says, your alarm is going to go off in 4 hours or 6 hours and 21 minutes. I'm like, oh, God, this is going to suck. So let's say you're getting 8 hours of sleep a night. We're going to block off 56 hours for sleep. 7 hours, let's say you're working out an hour a day, which we don't, because we do the, bomb diggity 30-minute workouts. But let's say prep for workouts, pre-workout, post-workout, trying to come down from sweating, 7 hours a week. 14 hours a week for eating. 14 hours for stuff you have to do. Running errands, dishes, stuff you have to do, things you have to do. 5 hours a week for hygiene. I don't take that long in the shower. If you guys take that long in the shower, more power to you, but a little less than an hour a day for hygiene. And if you have an additional day job, so I know a lot of us do this for our full-time job, but if you have an additional day job, I'm not talking about being a mom, I'm not talking about being a wife. 40 hours a week, traveling half an hour to and to work and from work. I gave you an hour a day for traveling. 50 hours a day for your day job. This is the average person that has a regular day job trying to work this business. That gives you 3 hours a day for cleaning your house, family time, and working your business. Now, we've all said you can work this business in 1 hour a day. So this gives you 3 hours a day to get all that kind of stuff done. If you don't have a regular job, you have 10 hours a day, 10 additional hours a day. And I just broke all that stuff down. That's for cleaning, family time, and working your Beachbody business. That's a lot. That's a lot of extra time that we have. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not spending 10 hours a day on my business. I'm not, I mean, that's a lot of time. I'm not even spending 8 hours a day on my business. So you need to focus on what it is that you want. What do you want? What do you want out of this business? What are you trying to do? And what are the tasks and people that you need to focus on in order to get to that end goal? Should you be focusing on recruiting challengers? Should you be focusing on recruiting coaches? Should you be focusing on working with the coaches that you have? Should you be focusing on working with your challengers? Kind of all of the above, but where is your main streamlined focus? What are you trying to do right now? All right, Tablets Thursday. If you guys have seen this video, I'm sorry, you're going to see it again. It's fantastic multitasking video. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this up real quick here.
If you asked me the last time I did a thing and just did it and wasn't also trying to do something else, I wouldn't be able to tell you. What? No. Thought I had it. To be fully present on the internet at any given moment is a very rare thing. You're trying to write a paper, and so you've got that open in Google Docs, and then you're like, well, maybe I should read a little bit more about the thing I'm writing about, and then there's a link in there, and you're like, this is a little tangential, but maybe it's interesting that I should know about meerkats. Ooh, the meerkats lay eggs. I didn't know that. Is that correct? And then there's videos of not just meerkats, but three-toed sloths. Oh my gosh, these things are actually like traded in inhumane ways. I should probably get involved with some sort of activism there. So you're like joining the Facebook page, telling your friends like, this isn't right what we're doing to the sloths. And then you're like, who liked my sweet pics that I posted this morning on Facebook? Wow, it's my ex-girlfriend. Is she still into me? Maybe I'll spend 30 minutes composing a message that I never sent. Or if I did send, that I then regret and spend the next hour composing a message retracting that. And then I'm like, whoa, I've gotten a lot done on my paper. Not. The way the technology is and the way that I interact with it has started to affect me in real life. Am I developing some sort of inability to focus because I never focus on things? I was like, well, maybe this is life mimicking the internet. So I started to do this thing, Tablets Thursday. It's where you don't really use the internet in a traditional way. You just sort of open a tab and use it. It's called single tasking. That's what I call it. So it's basically, if you were to do, it's like, instead of, like you just do one thing. It's like work, but on only one thing. This way you have to really make a value judgment and say, do I want to finish what I'm doing, or do I want to stop and do something else? You can click away if it's not interesting, but you close it. It's done and it's behind you. It's not part of your life. It's like breaking up. You can talk again, but you can't still be seeing that person because you've gone to the thing. You can't still be with that tab. That tab is behind you. it's not just about tabs. You know, tabs are a metaphor for life, right? And if you can just have one tab open and be doing it well, that's like you are fully present in the moment in this way that everyone is constantly. I think that's like in some religions, like the ultimate goal, right? I'm gonna misappropriate any religion that I might name, but Buddhism. It's Tablets Thursday. Yeah. Did you think about Tablets Tuesday? Yes, Taco Tuesday. Tablets Thursday. I don't doubt that you're probably doing something else right now while you're watching this. I hope maybe that you aren't. Because I know I would be watching also. I usually watch 2 to 3 videos at the same time. And I feel like I think I can take it in. But I couldn't tell you one video I would watch.
So that's just kind of like a funny little video that shows you, I mean, I do that all the time. Like, I don't know if you guys do that, but Chalene brought up something where she was like, I'll be on Facebook and I'm working on Facebook and I'm like, oh, shoes. And she goes and looks at shoes and she's all of a sudden she's buying shoes and like Groupon will pop up on my phone and I'm like, oh, there's a cool Groupon for a massager. I need a massage because I'm so stressed. And like, I'm getting nothing done. I'm getting absolutely nothing done. So it's just showing you that multitasking is actually hurting us. So I went over the clutter-free environment. So you want to create an environment that is working for you. Recreate a workspace, allows you to focus. Improve your routine. This is awesome. This is so awesome. This is my routine. I wrote this down, sitting there. Chalene gave us a minute and she said, I want you to sit there and I want you to write down your routine. So I want you guys to take a minute, 2 minutes. I just want you guys to write down a typical daily routine for you. That's it. Typical daily routine. When are you going to work your business? When are you going to spend family time? When are you going to eat? When are you going to shower? When are you going to work out? Different days might be different, but just take a couple minutes and write down your routine. You're all still looking at my screen. Why are y'all still looking at my screen? I see something there, Miranda. Is that your routine? Is that your daily routine? Nice. Very nice. Yep, I got my Saints shirt on. I'm repping today. Are they even playing, Miranda? They've not been doing well. Sadness. Michelle, you got a routine written out? I know you teach on different days, so it's going to be different for you. The one thing that I can recommend to you guys too is to have an anchor. You know, like there's something that happens every single day in your routines. So I can tell you every single day, unless it's a holiday routine, my kids go to bed at 7:30. Every single day my kids go to bed at 7:30. So I know my kids are in bed at 7:30. So if I put them to bed and I come out here, that's my anchor. 7:30, I come out here. Before I do it, I don't do the dishes. I don't pick up the house. I don't do laundry. 7:30, I sit my fanny down at this computer and start working. Because if I start doing anything else, I'm going to get distracted from what I'm doing. So, all right. So that is my typical routine. So, Elena, I know you're still writing yours out, but I'm going to go ahead and move on here. But you can see, you know, I'm getting up at 5:45 in the morning so that I can work out before I get the kids to school, and then then I'm done. I'm done. I change into my sweatpants, I change into my hoodie, and then I take care of my kids. I get my kids off to school. Once my kids are off to school, because I'm finding when I'm working while I'm trying to get my kids off to school, I'm miserable. Hey, Mom, I need my library book. Hey, can you sign my planner? Hey, what about this? Hey, look, there's a pretty cloud in the sky. Oh my, I'm trying to work. And then I get frustrated with them, and then I resent them, and I'm angry with them, Or my husband, oh Lord, my office is in the kitchen. I mean, and that man will be like, hey, look, there's a video about meerkats. You should watch. I'm working. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. So I'm going to do this is my routine that I wrote out. I have not stuck to it last week. I'm not going to stick to it this week either because the kids are out of school. But this is my plan. This is my master plan. I don't know if that'll work, but that's what I'm going to do. So what is your ideal routine? You just wrote out your ideal routine. Each day might be different. If you teach on different days, if you have different things going on different days, Michelle, I put that in there just for you. But think about it. How would it make you feel if you stuck to this routine? How would it make you feel? Do you know how many times I'm answering messages at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when my kids are coming in and out? And then I'm distracted from taking care of them, and then I get annoyed with them because mommy's trying to work, and what do you need? But mommy's trying to work so I can spend time with them. It's not working here. Would it make you feel accomplished? Would it make you feel happy? Relaxed? I know all of those things. It would make me feel all of those things if I sat down, got my business done, and then spent time with my family. Now, know your power hour. When do you work best? When are you at your peak? I am at my peak 9-ish. So I try and do my power hour, which we've all gone over what a power hour is. I try and do my power hour from 9 to 10 every morning. 9 to 10, I sit there and hammer it out for an hour. Boom, 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 boom. Maybe your power hour is from noon to 1. Maybe you're an afternoon person. Maybe you're like a late night person. There are so many people, so many top coaches that work at 12 o'clock at night. I am not at my peak at 12 o'clock at night. But you have to know your biorhythms. You have to know your natural body rhythms and what your time is that works best for you. When you are in a power hour, turn off all distractions. Everything gets turned off. If I could figure out a way that I could work on Facebook and not have that little thing bleep up on the side, I would. I can't figure that out. I have to Google that and figure that out. But no internet, no phones, no notifications, no distractions whatsoever. All right, multitasking. We went over this a little bit. Multitasking is a myth, not a real thing. Miranda, you're looking at how to turn off those notifications. Don't worry about it. I see your face. So multitasking is a myth. Don't multitask, okay? Now, everybody has a pen and a piece of paper? Yes? Maybe? Kind of? Okay. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to write out 4 lines on your paper. So 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. Horizontal lines. Let me know when you guys are done. Okay? Now, on your first line, I want you to write out the sentence, multitasking is a myth. Hi, Katie. Multitasking is a myth. Let me know when you guys are done writing that sentence. Good? Okay. Now, on the next line, I want you to write out the numbers 1 through 19. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't put commas or anything. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 19. Katie, this is going to be really hard for mommy, so you need to go play for a second, okay? Okay, you guys done? Okay, now you've got 2 lines left, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to write on the top line, I want you to write M, and on the bottom line, I want you to write 1, U, 2, L, 3, and go back and forth and toggle like that. Michelle, do you understand what to do? Okay, so you write M on the third line. So you're writing the first letter and the number that corresponds to it, the second letter and the number that corresponds to it. How's it going? You guys hate me yet? Done. See how annoying that is? That is you every day getting distracted trying to get your work done. Trying to get things done, and you go, and I was trying to explain it to my son, and the best way that I could explain it to him was when, he's 10, he's in 4th grade, and he's trying to do a math problem. And he's sitting there and he's really focusing, he's trying to do this math problem, and he's in the kitchen, and Kira says, "Hey Riley, look at this cool book I got." And he goes, "Kira, that's a really cool book, it's awesome." Okay, back to my math problem. Where was I with my math problem? Where was I? And I say, "Hey Riley, how'd your spelling test go today?" And he said, "Went good, Mom. Thanks. It was awesome." He comes back to his math problem, really focusing on his math problem. He said, I need to figure out where I'm at again. And you have to refocus it where if you could just focus just for 30 minutes, just for an hour, how much more could you get done than if you were trying to do this the whole time for 3 hours for all day? So we're almost done here. Do the things that matter. Do the things that are important. Focus on what you're doing and outsource. Is there something that you're doing that somebody else could be doing? I know we're all trying to build a business here. I know we're all trying to, save money, and we're trying to make money doing this, but you know what? Could your significant other make dinner 2 nights a week so that you could do this 2 nights a week? Could your kids clean the bathrooms? Could somebody else do something that you're doing to help you to get this business up and running? So Chalene has a really good podcast on Build Your Tribe if you're a podcaster, on outsourcing. So go ahead and look that up. That's really awesome. And the last thing I want to say is when you have clarity in your business, in your life, in anything, the universe just naturally aligns. When everything's decluttered, when you are all set, when you are ready to go, everything just kind of falls into place, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. So that is all I have for today. Does anybody have any questions, comments? If you do, please feel free to unmute yourself.
I know there's a lot of, and just Chalene's regular, the Chalene Show, she did a lot of podcasts on time management and all that kind of stuff. When she was like in between, when she's like, I'm going to phase out Build Your Tribe, I'm just going to focus on the Chalene Show. And then I've been really bad at keeping up with Build Your Tribe since she brought it back. I've been really bad with both of her podcasts, to be honest, but I hated her when she did that multitasking and then the 19 numbers. I hated her when I listened to that one. And then I hated you when you made me do it now.
I think Matthew actually wrote numbers on his, I made him do it, and he wrote numbers on his letter line and letters on it. It was like, no! So that was pretty funny. No, Chalene actually did a whole thing. She almost stopped doing her podcast because she was so overwhelmed. And she did a whole thing on Periscope in the Platinum Edge, where she is actually scoping for an hour now. I don't think that our team is at this point, but she's scoping for an hour, and then she's actually outsourcing it after that. So it gets downloaded to, first of all, it gets uploaded to her cloud, then it gets sent to Dropbox, then she has a transcriber that transcribes everything, then she has a person that takes pictures and puts it on Instagram for her, and then she has a person that puts it on Facebook. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous what she does. And she's eating dinner. And she's paying these people $4 an hour. She's outsourced it to other countries. $4 an hour in other countries is a very, very good wage. Let me see if I can find it. It's really awesome. Okay, so she's using virtual assistants. So she has a virtual assistant that transcribes it. And then she has somebody that writes 3 to 4 blog posts for her, 4 to 5 Facebook posts, 20 to 30 tweets, a 1-hour scope. And then she has a video editor that takes 10 to 20 video clips, puts it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and then she has a podcast editor that makes 1 to 2 podcasts out of all of this. So she's spending $80 for a 1-hour scope and gets all of that out of it. Like, awesome, 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 awesomeness. And she goes over that. I can actually post it in our team page on, I think it's growyourvirtualbiz.com. If I'm not mistaken, but it was pretty amazing. So.
Did she mention what website it was? I know I watched a Periscope with her a long time ago. It was basically like it uploaded your thing so that you didn't have to, like, you wouldn't have to get caught up with trying to answer the questions as people were typing them. Because I don't know how familiar you guys are with Periscope, but sometimes if you get a lot of people in there and they start asking a bunch of questions, they're going by too fast. And she mentioned a website that you could upload, or that the video gets uploaded to or something, and then you can go back and look at all of those questions and like pause.
She actually has a site on Periscoping, and it's called periscopeisdope.com. And I know she's hilarious, right? Like, she's so stinking cute. I could just eat her up. But so it's periscopeisdope.com. And it will actually send you emails and teach you how to use Periscope. And the one thing that I have found in my time as a Beachbody coach, when Chalene says something, listen, because Chalene said Instagram's going to be the next best thing. And I was like, I don't have time to learn Instagram. I'm on Facebook right now. Guess what? Instagram's the coolest thing ever. Now, it's huge. And she came out and said, do Periscope at the Platinum Edge. And I said, yes, ma'am. I will learn Periscope. So I signed up for Periscope. I actually wanted to scope my husband's surface ops the other day, and there's this crazy thing called OPSEC that apparently I can't scope stuff like that, whatever. But yeah, so I'm going to be delving into the Periscope land pretty soon. Look at all the Coast Guard wives are just cracking up at me. Like, it's just stupid. All right, any other questions before I stop the recording? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop.